Look at that. It's Anthony Curtis. Can everybody hear us okay? Just want to make sure that we are audible here. Hi, everybody.
Okay, how will we know?
It's Friday. Thank you for tuning in. It is Beer Friday. If you could leave a comment, let us know if you can hear us okay. We got the lavaliers on. I believe they're connected, but we really don't know until we hear from you guys.
Should be good. Should be good. Okay, now where's yours? Oh, she's got it.
It is Friday, September 22nd, 2023. Gotta make sure we get the date.
We haven't done the live one. We haven't done the Beers live one in over a month.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
So,
all right, there we go. Oh, I see a comment from Cliff Sharicko. He's coming to the Oyo tonight to see me do stand-up comedy.
All right, cool.
Got a big show tonight at 9 o'clock at the Oyo, stand-up and rock show. All you got to do is go to the door, tell them that you're there to see Andrew Hunt. Show starts tonight at 9 o'clock. You will get in free with a 1 drink minimum, or unless you're drinking, like I would be, like I'm gonna be, you can pay $25. It's if you use my name, you get in for free, but then you can opt to get the $25 all you can drink special for the 90-minute show.
Okay, so can you grab Paula? This isn't working.
There we go.
Paula.
She's on the phone, I think. I can hear her in the...
This isn't working.
No, mine's not feeding.
Oh, no.
See, that's the whole idea behind this. So this is a stupid way to start.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, so let me explain what we're going to try to do here. Although it's see, you're getting a feed of the chat. I'm not getting the feed.
It's because the internet is being weird right now. When I tried to connect on there, it said no internet connection.
All right, we're like the MGM.
Hackers! It's the MGM hackers.
All right, so here's what we're going to try to do. Here, you want to take it?
Yeah.
Take a look. All right, here's what we're going to try to do. First things first, we're going to change around the format of what we do with the live show. We realized that we were doing it kind of backwards in that we were having guests on and we had an agenda and we were getting comments from the viewers and we weren't paying any attention to it. Doesn't make any sense. Right. So, I mean, a bunch of people, the last one we did, everybody ended up talking to themselves and we weren't interacting with, with the viewers. So we're switching it around.
Right.
The live show now, we're not going to have guests. We're going to bring guests on to the regular studio show. And when we do the live shows once every few weeks, we're going to try to interact directly and answer questions. Now, the problem is I'm not getting my feed. My feed's not coming through. It was working before we started, and now it's not working.
Well, the goal was that we would each have our own feed so that we could look at it and have questions. A nice little Q&A. So there we go, Anthony.
Which would be great. Yeah, I'll work off.
We can both kind of see him.
Which will be great because we know this when we go to the downtown Grand and people come out, we have conversations, and this is an opportunity to do the same thing, and that's what we want to try to do here.
And I got to tell you, I met some really awesome people at the downtown Grand
all the time, man. I mean, a bunch of our people. All right, first of all, though, we're going to do a couple of things. First is just the MGM update. We did a couple of shows back to back on the MGM, and we're talking about what was going on. MGM this was Wednesday. All right, so we're Friday now. This was Wednesday. MGM put this release out. We are pleased that all of our casinos, hotels, dining, entertainment, and resort services are operating normally and are welcoming thousands of guests each day. Please note that slot dollars and free play are available at all properties. MGM Rewards members' accounts will be adjusted to reflect tier credits and MGM Rewards points at a later date. MGM Rewards points redemption and certain promotional offers may be unavailable. Okay, when we got that update on Wednesday, we did our call arounds and we did some checking, and we know people who are staying in the places right now. They were where everybody was getting hand paid. The Tito systems was not working, and credit cards were still not being accepted. Now, 15 minutes ago, before we came on, I know a guy, Larry C. Thank you, Larry, is staying at the MGM, and I asked them. He's been there for a couple of days. I asked him what the situation is. He says Tito is working.
Okay.
And he says most places are accepting credit cards again.
Okay.
But he says everything is slow. He says the biggest problem is he's a bigger player, so he works off of markers. He goes, the biggest problem is processing markers. They're still doing that by hand.
Right.
But for the most part, he says everything is slow. But on the other hand, he says it's really nice because there aren't as many people.
Okay.
So
And you get the free parking still, right?
Yeah,
They still don't have the parking.
you know what?
worked
I
out.
didn't check on the parking, but I think the gates are still up on the parking.
Okay.
So that's a good thing too. If they're not, then it's back to normal.
Yeah, because I heard yesterday that MGM was back up and running. So it's
Well, that's what they sent out, but
Yeah.
a bunch of their operations still, I mean, their systems still weren't working.
Mhm.
But the ones that I knew that weren't working apparently now are, according to Larry and his recent response to us.
Well, now what we said a week ago was, stay at the MGM, just go play anywhere else.
Well, you can do that. Well, I don't know. I mean, because staying at the MGM, you've got to go through the hassles at registration when they were having the problems.
Yeah.
So overall, MGM wants everybody to think it's fine. It's probably pretty close to fine, at least as far as we can tell. A couple of funny things that happened off of it. Hustler Club gave free lap dances to people
Really?
from MGM properties.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what it was all about or what it took. All right, now it seems to be working
Well,
again.
so how do you prove that you're at MGM? You have to have like a room key. You go, excuse me, here's my room key.
I don't know. I didn't do it, so I don't know. But
I'm at the Luxor, room 5250.
they were doing that, and then we got one more comment. It says, "How long until MGM introduces a new quote network security fee?"
Yeah, well,
Which we're probably on the way for that too. So anyway, there's your update on MGM.
right.
Next, all right. First question that we said we got in advance, so we were going to work on that. Says this is from the audience. Do we have to pay for the weekly email now? I got sent the weekly, but it looks like it now requires a paid subscription. Okay, this is about what we're doing at LasVegasAdvisor.com. All right, and we've got a bunch of questions about it already. I mean, even right here, we have a question saying, is it what's going on with the website having, putting up the paywall? Yes, that is what we're doing, and it's after years and years and years of giving everything away for free and trying to monetize it through advertising. We've realized we can't do that.
Yeah.
The advertising, we're not an advertising company. Us taking advertising from casinos compromises us to some degree, so that we really can't push hard on that, although we have done it from time to time. Google ad revenue is nothing. People think that we're making a mint off of Google ads. We're not making,
Because it's a popular website, they assume.
yeah, and we're not, and it is a good and a big website. But Google revenue, anybody who's in this business knows that Google revenue is a pittance. It's just a pittance. So after all of these years of giving things away, like question of the day, all of our our information sources, the news that we do every day, the updates that we do, the blogs that we do, all of these things, it's going to be members only. The people who are LVA members for $50 a year are going to get it. People who don't want to pay the $50 a year because they don't want to go that far, we're making it $3 a month.
Okay.
10 cents a day, man.
Okay.
So, if you like the question of the day, it'll cost you 10 cents a day to do it.
Yeah.
And, the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
We're not going to keep doing it.
Exactly.
It is the definition of insanity, and we have to monetize what we're doing. So we're going to charge $3 a month.
Yeah.
And I think it's that's to play the games in there and all the other things that we're going to be adding.
When you say to play the games in there, you mean because you at LasVegasAdvisor.com they have a link where you can play videopoker.com games through your website.
Yeah, we're building that out. Right now,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've only had the Ultimate X, but we're going to be building that one out. Basically, we're going to be incentivized to work hard for the people who are paying for what we do.
Yeah.
And that's just something that we had to do. Like I said, we don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Well, even my dad called me today. He goes, "Do I have to pay for the question of the day?" Yes.
Yes.
That's what he's addicted to. That's his.
Well, does he have 10 cents?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, he does.
Then he can pay 10 cents a day, and he can see the question of the day and read the question of the day along again with the other things. But again, not to make this a big ad, but it's going to be better for people who are members and who are paying the $3, because there are going to be so many freeloaders. Sorry for those of you who are out there who are freeloaders, but there are going to be so many that will not have that information, and only the people who are our customers will have that information from this point forward. So I don't feel bad about it at all. I mean, one guy says here, he goes, I won't lie, I'm very disappointed. Well, I'm sorry, but it's like, what do you do for a living? Are you a plumber? Do you plumb for free?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's what we're going to do. We tried to make it so it was palatable and acceptable.
Yeah.
And we'll answer any other questions on that.
I just want to say that Scott Drucker says, Andrew, you lie. You knew about the free lappies.
All right.
Well, now I do. I didn't lie. I didn't know, but now I know. So, I mean, that was part of the Monday Night Football, right? The free lap dances.
That's what we did at Sapphire.
Oh,
at
okay.
Sapphire, they were having $2 lap dances.
Oh, okay.
Which was ridiculous, ridiculous to see. But all right, so let's start going through a couple of these. Yeah, here's the one we just heard from Cottage Life. Not going to lie, very disappointed. Again, sorry, but this is what we're going to do. All right, another guy says, feel your pain. We love the Fremont and the Grand. Okay, what bothers me is that you can find FS Cam Sphere welcome sign all free online. Well, that's fine. Go get it. As they say, these are advertisements. These are things that people are putting in your hands. We look at these things, we evaluate them. We have a voice. That's the difference. We have a voice. So we'll see what our voice is worth. All right, let's see. Coming in clear. What up, A&A? Kill it tonight. Paid subscription required. Oh, for this? Never. For all of these things we're doing, nobody's going to have to pay anything for the YouTube.
Oh, no.
And there's going to be other things we do for free as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will continue the weekly that we send out. We'll continue to send that out for free.
Okay.
You just won't be able to connect to a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
And this, what we do here will always be free because we get paid by YouTube.
Right.
So I mean, you've got to get paid for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And information is a commodity, and you have to get paid for what you do.
Well, and we've been having a lot of fun at the meetups too. Every Thursday, we do a meetup, and we'll play in the blackjack tournament, the video poker tournament. It's 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock p.m.
Yep.
At the Downtown Grand. That's nice. And then I also got stuck at the blackjack table playing a little dollar blackjack.
Oh, did you?
Of course.
You're playing the dollar game?
I made $35.
Okay, so I'll tell you, did Andrew Economan come up to the table while you were playing?
Yes, he did.
Did he do the cards up deal?
No, he didn't, but he told me about it.
Yeah.
So Andrew Economan over at the Downtown Grand will occasionally, I think he does it like once a day, maybe?
No, he does it several times a day.
Several times. Okay, you tell it because you probably tell it a little bit better.
Several times a day, I've seen him do it. This was Andrew Economan, who was the GM there. We'll go up to a table, and once everybody's got their bets down, he says this hand is going to be played with the dealer's cards up.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, so the dealer deals to everybody and then turns both of their cards face up and you play accordingly.
Right.
If the dealer has a 20 and you have a 19, you hit it.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
So, I mean, the Downtown Grand's a cool place to play, and they're doing some good things there.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got? Bring the funny, Andrew.
I will. Bring yourself at 9 o'clock tonight at the Oyo.
All right. Any video players having no success with the new machines? My go-to casino in Reno put all in new machines and lost 4 trips in a row. Anything to this? Okay, reasonable question. Usually not.
Mm-hmm.
Usually what happens when they take out your favorite machine, you're playing a new machine and things go badly, immediately you need to blame it on something.
Mm-hmm.
And the obvious thing is these new machines are too tight.
Okay.
And frankly, I know I play with a guy who plays video poker all the time, and he tells me the machines at this place are better than the machines over here when they're the exact same schedules.
Right.
And he's wrong.
Okay.
That's not true. They're the same.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same. It's just that he's had luck here and he's had good luck here and he's had bad luck there.
He's experiencing what you call variance.
Variance and fluctuation.
That's right.
And it's going to happen in different places. So that's how you become attached. That's why the saying goes that the best thing for a casino after a loser is a winner.
Right.
Because the winner will come back again and again and eventually become a loser over time.
Well, that's the other thing with a lot of these slot games. My mother has her friends, and she'll go visit her friends, and her friends are the ones that pay her.
Her friends are the machines.
The machines that pay her, yeah. The machines that love her.
Okay, here's a setup. How was the VP tourney at the Grand?
All right. Well, the first one, you're looking at number 1, numero uno, baby. I took it down in the very first, because it's played similar to the blackjack tournament.
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, you play against other people and you advance and whatever.
Yeah.
Andrew won it.
I won the whole thing. First place.
Andrew makes it to the finals and hits quad.
Yeah.
Hits a quad. Andrew hits a quad. All right, first of all, let me say, I watched him play.
Yeah.
The reason I watched him play is because I didn't make it through. I was on the sidelines
I
watching
know.
again.
I know.
And I watched him play, and he played pretty fast.
Uh-huh.
You played pretty fast, and you played pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, you played well enough to win the thing, but you did get quad aces
Yes,
in
I
the
did.
semifinals, and you got quad fours in the finals. And that's how you win things like a video poker tournament.
That's exactly right.
Right.
And I did my best to rapid fire. And sometimes I'd hold the ace over the low pair, and I'd hit deal, and I go no. And why did I do that? But you know, you're working as fast as you can. You got a high degree of pressure to get as many hands in as you can.
It's 4 minutes, and the problem there, where I was having trouble, not an excuse, but the buttons were off register.
Okay.
And that was because there was an icon on the tournament mode. There was an icon that pushed all of the cards over.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to hold something, and it would hold the wrong card.
Mm-hmm.
That's been fixed.
Yes.
Because I complained like a baby. I went and whined to Andrew Economan like a baby. Like, it's not fair. I can't do the buttons, you know, whatever. And he went and got it taken care of.
Oh, he got it taken care of. And he said, you know what? You were right. There was
Well, the first thing he said to me is he said, I don't think so, because you're the only one complaining.
Mm.
And I said, well, all I know, Andrew, is it makes me about half as fast as I would normally be. And I'm not playing anymore if I can't play regular. And he said, whatever, right? And then he came to me later and said, you're right. Someone else just said something and we discovered what it is. That. So,
yeah.
All right.
So fixed it.
Yeah. So the video poker tournament is on. It's fun to play. Andrew was the defending champion until yesterday when he didn't even make the semis.
I got crushed yesterday. Okay. I had
Didn't hit a quad? What? You didn't hit a quad?
I didn't hit a quad. Like my best hand was one full house, and that was it.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
We got nothing.
You're only playing 4 minutes. You know, that's what's going to happen.
But now also yesterday at Downtown Grand, Anthony took down the blackjack tournament. So you won first place yesterday.
I did. I won the tournament yesterday. And so for a brief moment, Las Vegas Advisor held both championships.
That's right.
Because right after the blackjack tournament was the video poker tournament, which you did not defend.
I got just terrible hands.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, again, you talk about variance. I went weeks and weeks where I could not even advance. I could not even advance a round. I mean, even
in the blackjack tournament.
Yeah, even if it was 2 out of 4 or something, or 1 out of 3 or something, I just could not advance. And then all of a sudden, yesterday the skies opened up and the cards came raining down, and I didn't have to do much to win. So I wish I could say I was brilliant, but I kind of just collected the money as the cards came to me.
Okay.
So
all right,
which goes back to that strategy. Make sure you bet your money, and when you get good cards, good things will happen.
That's right.
Right.
And then they extended the hot dog stand. They got the Life is Beautiful concert going on downtown right now. And so at the Downtown Grand, they have that hot dog stand where we always get the hot dog. It's open until 7 o'clock now. $2 for a hot dog. And I think it's an 8-ounce Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
All right. I was at the Downtown Grand last week when Anthony got beat in the semis. Oh, I guess I did make the semifinals there, yeah. But yes, I did get beat. All right, pay tables did not. That's which VP game on the VP tourney? It's a double bonus.
Yeah,
yeah. So they look for as much variance in action as you can get. So you're playing double bonus. But again, not that it matters that much, because playing perfect strategy is much less valuable than playing fast.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you know that from Scott Rudin from Vital Vegas, who was there yesterday. He took 3rd place in the video poker tournament. He was playing with one hand. So he'd hit deal, and then he'd touch the button, and he'd hit deal, and he'd hold his card, but he got a 4 of a kind too. Yeah.
Scott did not. Scott is not a force when it comes to video poker tournaments. But because if you hit a good big hand in 4 minutes, other people are likely not to, and Scott ended up cashing.
Yes, he did. He got 3rd place.
I don't think he's going to cash again after watching him.
He was one of the slower players because he was just using one finger. But it was great. It was really funny.
Dylan Cotter says, nice. VP champ and BJ champ from LVA. Represent.
That's right, baby.
All right.
Gonna go get it back next week.
Christina Grace Design says, gotta love free lap dances.
That's right. You gotta love it.
I agree there too. Let's see. Vegas and Seattle will eventually be NBA expansion teams. They're going to get NBA sooner than later. We've got everything now, except, we got the Athletics are coming. We've got the Raiders. We have the hockey team, which is the Stanley Cup champs, the Golden Knights. We have the girls champs, the female champs, women's basketball, WNBA. The only thing we're missing is the NBA.
That's right.
And yes, these it sounds like Seattle. Seattle is one of the possibilities there. So we're waiting to hear. We haven't heard anything about it yet because they're still doing everything about the A's expansion.
Well, they're going to need their own basketball stadium. So,
build another one. Maybe they'll build this one across the
yes,
street.
maybe they'll put the basketball stadium right behind the Rio.
Okay, let's see. I've been reading the LVA for decades, well before the rewards book. Back in the day when they were at their old location, I went in to pick up an envelope with singular printed coupons. Yeah, that's way back then. We started doing, we got some coupons, and it built into the member rewards book that it is today.
Mhm.
So what do you guys do for fun, not related to gambling? Is there anything fun that's not related to gambling that we can talk about?
Yeah. Let's see. We like to listen to music. We like to drink beer. We like to play video poker.
That's gambling.
Listen, Vegas, there's so many things to do. There's so many fun things to do in Vegas.
I suck. I mean, any girl who goes out with me goes, bars and video poker get tiresome after a while.
What?
And I'm like, well, we can go out to eat at get a cheap steak somewhere. That would be good. Like everything I do is kind of related to Vegas and gambling. I don't go on vacations unless it's to another gambling spot because
Right.
that's what I do. So I mean, Andrew's he's a little bit more diverse. He goes to comedy shows. He actually you do comedy.
I do comedy.
He performs comedy.
But I got to tell you, I always say I am a Las Vegas low roller. I like to go out. I like to gamble socially. I like to gamble frequently, not for a lot of money, but I definitely like to offset my drinking and socializing with a good gamble, a good game.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you can play for low stakes in bars and things. So, that's what I do for fun.
Can I tell you that Vegas ruined me going on vacation? I don't want to go on vacation.
I know.
Like you want to go to Hawaii? You go, is there a casino there?
Yeah.
Or is it like I just
I get bored.
Yeah.
I get bored if you can't walk into a place and play video poker and get free beers, All right, Mr. Hot Roll, thank you. He says, it is well worth it paying a few bucks for the daily Las Vegas Advisor newsletter. Don't complain, you gamblers. How much do you spend a month on gambling? It's well worth it. Yeah, again, I mean, you guys are making the comments, so we'll keep doing it. We spend a lot of time trying to find the good stuff, and people say, I can find this elsewhere. No, you can't. I mean, that's the truth. No, you can't.
Well, I got to tell you, I just read the 3-card poker section of the James Grosjean book, The Ultimate Report. And boy, do I want to go play 3-card poker now because I know the strategy.
Yeah.
I read it. Now I know, and now I want to play.
That won't give you an edge, but it will tell you it's like playing blackjack basic strategy.
Mhm.
That will also not give you an edge, but it will put you close to a break-even situation.
It'll optimize my movement. So now I know what to do.
Now you're playing it for the least tax, possible.
Yeah. I read the book. I see what to do. And, now I want to go play the game and see how I fare.
All right. Looks like it'll be the Aces versus Liberty for the WNBA Championship Series this year. Liberty beat Aces for half their losses. I can't wait.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm kind of a fan of WNBA.
Mhm.
I never thought I would like, girls basketball,
Mhm.
but they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good, and the Liberty is strong. The Aces are great, and the Liberty are great. It's going to be very interesting. I'm gonna bet some of those games. It's going to be good.
Do you think, on a separate topic, do you think the Raiders have what it takes to make it this year to the Super Bowl?
No,
Not even close.
no.
Even okay. All right.
They're
well.
terrible. They're absolutely terrible.
I just think about the Stanley Cup, and then I go, well, maybe the Raiders can take it this year because we have Super Bowl here in Vegas, 2024.
Right.
So
okay, Steve Rudden says, "Hey guys, was at the D last week. Do they broadcast a sports show from there? I don't think they do at the D. They do at the Circa. They do at Circa, but I don't think they broadcast from the D. The D is cool because you got Bar Canada up there and there's a lot going on, but I don't think there's a show being broadcast out of there. How busy is Top Golf at MGM? Pretty busy.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've been there, but I've been there
Not
a
in a
few
while.
times. I'm the worst golfer on earth, but so I don't golf. I just go to look at the cocktail waitresses and watch other people golf.
okay.
But Top Golf is pretty busy. It's pretty expensive, but it's also really cool. So
Yeah.
if you're coming to Vegas and you just, you want to do something different and spend a little money, Top Golf is pretty fun.
I've only been to Top Golf once since I moved here, and it was a little pricey, but it was a lot of fun.
Look at this. Crummy Driver. He just gave away the strategy for 3-card poker. Queen 6-4, baby.
All right.
So that's the minimum you would stay and play with in 3-card poker is if you got a queen, 6, or 4, or better, you play. Otherwise, you muck your cards.
All right. Well, that's the info. That's
So there
the
it is.
valuable
You
info.
don't need to buy the book. There it is. Queen 6-4, baby. I like
Queen
that.
6-4.
Queen 6-4, baby.
That is funny.
All right, my neighbor's going to the Super Bowl to party, not to go to the game. Makes sense. Don't pay to go to the game. Party in the city. The city's going to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Inquiring minds want to know: crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Mm-hmm.
Crunchy.
I don't care.
Okay. Dylan, when are you going to have Richard Munchkin on? Okay, again, going to what I said, we want to talk to you guys during the live feeds.
Yeah.
And we will have Richard on one of the regular shows when we're not having to look at this and people aren't being ignored. So we will start bringing guests, just as we had planned to here. We'll start bringing them onto the regular shows.
It seemed to us that having the guests also with having an audience kind of took away from the guest and took away from the audience.
Yeah,
so it was a little busy.
It just we put the round peg in the square hole. You know, we had a good idea bringing in the guests, but they didn't belong here. They belonged where we can talk to them and actually interview them, and they can say things
with 3 microphones. And,
exactly. All right. God, I hate playing golf. Watching and betting it is great. Did I write that? Nope. Daniel Trojan. I could have written that. Andrew needs to lighten up on the Raiders. Opium.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm from LA. I've always liked the Raiders.
All right, Scott Drucker. Worst gambling run? I have many. Yeah, I've had a few over the years. Any Fontainebleau news?
December.
Yeah, Fontainebleau is going to open in December.
Yeah.
The date was what? December 13th, I think.
I can't remember.
I think that's what they said. So yeah, they've announced. Everyone's like, "What do you think it's going to be?" I think it's going to be absolutely extraordinary. It's going to be a rich person's place, or a person who doesn't mind spending money. Everything's going to be expensive there, but they're going to have some really great restaurants.
Yeah,
and it's going to be 16 years in the making. When they broke ground on this, it was 16 years ago, and it's gone through like changes of ownership, changes of name. It was called the Drew.
That's right.
For a while, it was the Drew, and then back to the Fontainebleau. I think it was something else in between, but
Carl Icahn flipped it.
What's that?
Carl Icahn owned it and flipped it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were a whole bunch of different things went on. So
somebody asked
that Munchkin deals at fiction, not at card counting. I don't know. Munchkin's a pretty damn good card counter. Got to put Richard in disguise. Grostein's book is fantastic. That's from Crummy Driver. Thank you. Yes, Grostein's book is a very good read, and yeah, I agree with that. All right, what else here? Read they're hiring already. That's true. Coming back in January. When your coupon book be out? Coupon book will be out in January. The new 2024 book will be out in January. We'll get it as close to January 1st as we can, or January 2nd, first business day, whatever that is. Sometimes we get backed up the last couple of years we haven't had it out until the 14th or 15th, but it'll be out in January and ready to go. If you're coming the first couple of weeks, I can't guarantee, but it should be or close to it. If not, there will still be a lot of online coupons that members can download.
Yeah, I always say the coupon book is a fantastic way to spend time. Grab the coupons and go use them. It's fun.
All right, best place best place to play video poker in Vegas from Ace Larson. Look, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends. What do you want to play? You want to play quarters? You want to play dollars? You want to play a specific game? If you're talking about the best video poker houses, I'd have to put South Point right up there.
Okay.
Because South Point's just got great games. Thank you, Taylor. It has great games, at all denoms, everything very close to 100%. And with their, cash back and things like that, they are 100% games, and with their promotions. So it's very good. I would say also downtown. I like Four Queens. Yeah. I like the Plaza.
Everybody likes Four Queens.
Yeah.
They have good schedules.
El Cortez is pretty good.
When we went to the Downtown Grand, not this week, but I think the week before, their progressive was positive.
Well, the Downtown Grand doesn't have the greatest video poker in the world, but they have good video poker.
Right.
And they have the potential for great video poker on their quarter game.
Right.
At the Furnace Bar, this is the one you're talking about. They have a progressive that almost always is at close to or above 100%. So that's their double bonus progressive with the progressive on the aces and the royal flush. That's another good game.
Yeah.
All right, but I wouldn't put Downtown Grand in the category of like a South Point.
When we were there, I remember you told me, you said, look, the aces is positive, and we came back an hour later and somebody had hit it.
Yeah, exactly. The aces were like 800 or 900 on a quarter machine, which is really good.
Yeah.
All right.
So for video poker, you can get that. I love playing at the Palms, and I always talk about the Palms for a lot of reasons. I like the wide variety of games that they have there. I love the comfortability and ease of the parking that's free. And I just like the Palms. I think it's a cool place.
All right, Janet says, for non-golfers, the Pinball Hall of Fame is an economical, non-gambling alternative. Lots of nostalgia.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Pinball Hall of Fame was down on near the Rum Runner.
It's by the Las Vegas sign, right?
Yeah, they moved it. It was down on Tropicana. Now they've moved it by the Las Vegas sign, across from Mandalay Bay.
Mhm.
So yes, I agree. That's a good place to go and hang out. Another guy talking about video poker. I like the Four Queens and Main Street, but now I don't know. I guess he used to like. Well, Four Queens is still pretty good. Main Street Station not as good as it was. Texas Punisher, Super Bowl watch parties. Where are they? I have a room booked, but tickets. I don't know. It's a long ways away. There's going to be all kinds of parties, But
I bet.
I mean, everyone's going to have something. But the whole town's going to be a party for the Super Bowl. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. We're coming on the 3rd.
Any recommended sources for AP slots, Anthony? You see that question?
No, I didn't.
From Crummy Driver.
Okay.
So he's talking about Advantage Play slot machines.
Yeah, well, that's coming out. I mean, that's going to be the Gambling 102, the 3rd edition of Gambling 102 by the Wizard of Oz, Michael Shackelford, and he's got a full 20 pages on Advantage slots.
Okay.
He takes apart about 15 different games, and that book goes to the printer on Monday.
Okay.
All right, so we're here on Friday, and that goes to the printer on Monday. We should have that one in about 4 to 5 weeks, and we'll talk about that on the show and other shows.
Yeah, that's exciting because there are some real Advantage Play on slots, and then there are some slots where you don't know if it's an advantage or if it's just going to go whenever it goes anyway.
Love the live show. What beer are you both drinking? Should we divulge?
Yeah, sure.
Should we?
It's just keg beer.
We're drinking out of the keg that we have in our office, and we used to use PBR or Heineken. That's what we used to put in there. And then we looked at the prices and said, this is ridiculous. Heineken was way too expensive. So we switched to PBR, and then the place that we went to didn't have PBR. So we went with Budweiser.
Yep.
And we are drinking Budweiser. We're not protesting Budweiser.
That's right.
But we don't care. We don't care, but we're not drinking Bud Light because we refuse to drink light beer. It has nothing to do with the protests. We refuse to drink light beer, but we are drinking Budweiser.
But if anybody knows a beer sponsor, we'll drink. I mean, I like pretty much all beer.
Damn right. I mean, if we get a beer sponsor, we'll put the name right on it.
Absolutely.
Even if it's light beer. Anthony, any new coupons in the works? Yes, always.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Lots of them.
That's a great question.
Nothing that I necessarily can say right now because they're not locked up. But yeah, we'll be trying for everything for the new book. Listen to this one. Hi from Turkey. Love you both.
Nice.
Turkey. How cool is that?
Turkey's in the house.
Here's the turkey.
You know what? We had a guy from the UK at the downtown grand tournament yesterday, and I just think it's so cool because I can see the analytics on the back end of the page, so I can see most of the people that watch the show: California, Nevada, Arizona, Chicago, New York. So whenever we have a small percentage of UKers, and it's so nice whenever we get to see someone from the UK at the tournament. Super cool.
And now we got Turkey.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's funny when we look at the demographics for the Las Vegas Advisor, you would think that our biggest would be, well, you think Vegas, because locals can use our coupons.
California, Nevada.
Yeah, that's what you expect, but they're not. Number 1 by far is Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Midwesterners love to gamble. Number 2 is Detroit.
Yeah. Okay.
And then number 3 is the greater LA area.
Yeah, sure.
And then I think Vegas might come in number 4.
Yeah.
And then you got Texas, Indiana, Ohio, all that kind of stuff too. Turkey comes way, way down the list. Last. But anyway, I think we got 1.
That's really funny.
Maybe that's it.
We for YouTube, California is actually our biggest. So the biggest city is Las Vegas, the biggest group. But then in California, you have Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco that we get a lot of viewers from.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
Okay. What do you see? Anything on? Let's see. You all think carny games are comped better by casinos due to most people not knowing the optimal strategy? Yes. The question: Do you think that the people who play the carny games, which is what Grosjein's book is about, do you think if they play equal amounts blackjack versus the carnival games, will they be comped better? I think yes. I don't know this for sure because I haven't been allowed to play table games for a long time, and I'm just working on information I hear from other players. But people are considered to play the carny games much worse and give the casinos a higher theoretical edge than a blackjack game. You know, and that the reason for that is that over the years, people have learned just by playing, you know, to play blackjack better. And the carny games are all new to them. And they're playing these games at double-digit disadvantages, which is why Grosjean wrote the book. So yes, there's a double gain for you if you learn how to play these games right. And we're talking about games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em, Mississippi Stud, crisscross poker, you know, these sorts of things. Instead of playing them at 20% disadvantages, you can play them at under 5%, and you're still going to get credit for big and higher comps.
Yes.
So, you know, that's a great point brought up here. Thank you.
It pays to study the game that you're playing. It pays to know the game that you're playing inside and out.
Absolutely. I mean,
Always.
You absolutely should. A lot of people don't want to take the time. All right. Any coin slots video poker left in Vegas, or is everything Tito?
No, there's a few.
Tito's ticket in, ticket out. Coin slots, they call coin droppers.
Yeah.
And there are a few left, not many. So I think Circus has a few. And I think El Cortez still has some.
Slots of fun, I believe, also.
It's lots of fun. Hardly has itself. I mean, you know, but that would go hand in hand with Circus,
right?
You know, pretty much.
Exactly.
So I'll tell you what, that's a good one for the regular show. We'll do a quickie on that.
Okay.
I'll try to remember that. Okay, this is good. We're starting to learn this. Love the Palms. Talk to him.
Yeah, the Palms is great. You know, the Palms. Well, first of all, if you get a chance, the Palms has one of my favorite restaurants in Las Vegas, Tim Ho Wan. Fantastic dim sum. The only problem with it is it closes, I think, at 8 o'clock. So it's a lunch play.
Is it? Okay, well, you know why? Because it's dim sum. It's mostly dim sum, which is more lunch than dinner.
Yeah,
to me anyway.
That's what they said.
Four Queens Bar Tops used to have better schedules, but they do get a lot of play. Yes, they did. They did have better schedules, but they get a lot of play at that bar, which pushes their progressives up. And Fort Queens is just a good, generous place in terms of slot club points and things like that. All right.
Here's the tirade. Is Andrew relieved that his parents didn't name him Mike? I've heard that since I was a kid. You know, I remember being a kid on the bus. I was like in maybe 3rd grade, and the older kids. Yeah, no, the older kids say, "All right, we're going to change everybody's name on the bus." No, actually, we're just going to change your name. Your name's going to be Mike. And the whole bus ride, it was hey, Mike Hunt, Mike Hunt. So,
say it out there. Say it to yourself.
Yes.
Say it out loud, and you'll get the joke.
I had to go home.
They used to do that. They used to do that when they would page in the casinos.
Yes.
Mike Hunt paging Mike Hunt.
Yes.
Right. You know, and everybody would go. That's kind of like. Do you have what used to be? Do you have so and so in a can? Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
Prince Albert. They used to call up and go.
Prince Albert.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can? And they go, yes. They go, you better let him out before he suffocates. That kind of stuff. That was an old time jokes.
Oh yeah, I'd love one.
All right, what else? Believe it or not, I saw a single hand machine pay 1,500 credits on a Royal at an Indian casino. Stay away. Oh yeah, Royal playing 1,500, sure. You know, instead of 4,000. You got to be very careful at whenever you sit down. You got to look at the pay schedule. You got to understand it, and it's not just Native American casinos. I've seen the 1,500 Royal in lots of places, often on nickel games.
Yeah,
where instead of paying 4,000 coins, they pay 1,500.
That's really bad.
You've got to look at these games. You got to look at the schedule up and down and be familiar with what you're looking for and make sure that it's proper pay. I
saw one like that in Vegas the other day. Another tip that we said many times, but just to reiterate it, if you've never heard it before, always check the max bet. How much is the max bet? Because when you hit that button, most of the time it's 10 credits, but sometimes it's 100. And if you have dollars in the game, if you have $75 in the game and you hit max bet, that's one bet, everything's gone. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, you got to pay attention. All right, Jim Trace or Trace, Big Dogs Brewing has been in your coupon book for many years, but you rarely talk much about them. I'll put in a plug. The food, beer, and camaraderie are great. Big Dogs has been one of our greatest supporters for years. I mean, literally for decades. We don't talk about Big Dogs because it's way out, man. It's way out by Santa Fe. Okay. And it's hard for people to get to. But you're right. It is a really great place. The guy who runs it, his name is, I believe it's Jim Snyder, I think. Okay. I can't remember. Sorry, Jim, or Snyder. Whatever. I know Snyder is correct. And thank you for being like such a great, supporter of what we do. And yeah, Big Dogs Brewing Company, they're Big Dogs.
it's what is it? Big Dog's Tavern, I think it is what it is. And it's good. It's good. It's out by Santa Fe. All right. Everyone, don't forget smash likes. What does that mean, Andrew?
It means smash the like button. Thank you for smashing that like button.
Smash the like button.
Smash that like button.
I thought he was saying his name was Smash and he likes something. All right. I'm square. All right.
That's all right. No, it's because we're getting smashed and we like the button.
All right. Hardly anyone plays. Let's see. Wait a minute. Where we go here? I just went by it. All right. I'll get back to that one maybe if I can find it. The California has coin poker. Okay, coin droppers at the Cal, right? So you can go to Cal for that. Anthony and Andrew, thank you for the Jackson steak recommendation. Best steak for the money in town.
Really? I just had it again. It was really good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what that is? That's their they got a ribeye, which is fantastic, and then they've got another one in New York steak, I think.
Yeah.
That we do have a coupon in our book for that too. That if you play $100 through, you get the whole dinner for free.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
It's an Instacomp. And I mean, to play $100 through is nothing.
You could do that.
You might lose $20. Your expected loss on $100 through is about $450.
Especially if you're playing a game like blackjack or bonus poker or something.
Any of them. I'm playing any of the games there. It's about $450.
Oh, okay.
So you're paying about $450 for a complete steak dinner at Jackson's. Jackson's is located on Flamingo and Decatur.
Yeah.
Flamingo and Decatur.
It's right near the Palms. It's a good thing
Yeah.
to do. If you're staying at the Palms, you just drive right up the street to Decatur.
So look, we'll get better at this, going through and learning how to, to follow this and answer these questions. But I like this. I like being able to answer and talk and, interact a little bit. All right, let's see. What
Bill
else?
Jones, it's hip to be square. Yes, it is. And we like the Huey Lewis song too.
Stop using Windows, Anthony. Be a Mac man. I am. I'm completely Mac man. That's why I'm having trouble with this right now.
Yeah.
I'm all Mac baby. I'm all Mac baby. That's like, what's that from? What was it? What's the Tom Cruise movie? Jerry O'Brien or Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire. What's his name? Who won the Academy Award for it?
Cuba Gooding.
Yeah, Cuba Gooding. I'm all hard baby. I'm all hard baby. That's me. I'm all Mac baby.
I'm all Mac baby.
Go
Show me the
Astros.
money. Show me the money.
Go Astros. H-Town. Yeah, that's Mac.
Yeah.
Mac's betting the Astros again. Mac has, at this time, Mac has about $4 million bet on the Astros to win about. To win about 20-something. Mattress Mac.
Really?
Yeah. He's covering himself on his free furniture stuff, and he's got enough down. 2 years or last year he won $73.4 million.
It's incredible.
On the Astros winning it. I don't think the Astros are the juggernaut this year. I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so. But
he's got enough to cover just in case.
He's doing good on his furniture. Go ahead.
Someone's asking about the South Point buffet. Is it still good for the money?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're there, if you're at the South Point, if you're on the Strip, it's a little bit off the beaten path to go to the South Point.
Yeah. No, the South Point buffet is still in the Las Vegas Advisor top 10 on the website and in the newsletter, which you now have to pay for. Sorry. The South Point buffet is our number 2 value in all of Vegas.
Yeah.
Because it's compared to the other buffets that are out there, there's like 13 operating buffets and then what we call spot buffets that are on the weekends only, like the M Resort at Anthony's. And most of them are $30 and up. And South Point, you start at about $12.99 for breakfast or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's old time Vegas, man.
And it's only like $28.99 for dinner, right?
Yeah. So South Point buffet is tremendous.
South Point's got good gamble too. 3-2 blackjack.
Okay, here's another question. What's the best video poker software? And Janet answers correctly. Bob Dancer's old poker tutor was great, but it's off the market now. That's correct. What happened was that it was based on Flash, and they took Flash out, and the developers did not want to do it anymore. They didn't want to fix it. We are talking with somebody about another software that was done by a guy named Dan Paymar years ago, and the Paymar software is actually fabulous. It's really, really good. I don't know if we'll be able to bring it back because now what's out there for software right now? They're doing stuff over at videopoker.com. where you can pay to use their analyzers and things like that.
Oh, wow.
We're going to talk about it in the show at one of these times. I've been meaning to do it now for over a year, but they're the only ones really right now, except for the old stuff that's on the market. I still use the old Dancer stuff without the flash. You know, it still works, but we don't sell it because people get mad because they want to play it like a game. I never play it like a game. I play it as an analysis tool. So I don't need flash. I don't need it to look cool and everything else. But we can't sell it, so we don't, and we don't make it available. But we're hoping to get something soon on that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
All right.
Andrew Economan in the chat right now.
Yep.
Andrew Economan is in the chat. Andrew Economan is in the house.
In the house?
He said, did you talk about your win at Downtown Grand yesterday?
Oh.
Right.
Yes, we did. We got it, Andrew.
Somebody said something, and I didn't have to say it myself. Thank you. Andrew, after I won and I got off, Andrew said, "What happened? How did you do that?" Because he's been watching me lose week after week.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And like I said, the heavens opened up and the cards came raining down.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and collected chips, and that's how it worked.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That is the absolute best.
And then
way
Andrew validated my parking ticket. It was so great. It was so great.
That's great. Andrew says, "Yeah, baby."
Melba, thanks for answering silly personal questions like peanut butter. It helps get us to know you all better. Well, the reality is, I'm not sure what I'm doing here, and that's just one of them that caught my eye. So, yeah, okay, thank you. I'm glad you like that.
I see a Garrett saying, back to the buffets. He's saying, Wynn buffet or Bellagio buffet. I've tried Bacchanal buffet, so help me decide what's the second best. So Bacchanal's for sure the most expensive.
Bacchanal. Bacchanal.
What do I say? Bacchanal?
You said Bacchanal.
Bacchanal.
Bacchanal. Yeah. That's something. That's one of those machines they have at the Western places. That's Bacchanal or Buck 'em off or something.
Yeah.
The Bacchanal is good.
Yeah.
Between Wynn and Bellagio, it's not even close. I would take Wynn every day of the week.
Yeah, Wynn's also more expensive than Bellagio too.
It's a little more expensive and worth every penny. Bellagio went way down. Bellagio used to be absolutely one of the best, if not the best. Yeah. It went way, way down after the pandemic. It's still not bad, but for the money, go to Wynn. Wynn is all quality. It's really, really good.
Also, I think we reported maybe a year ago that the Bellagio buffet took away the king crab legs, which they used to be famous for.
Right.
I don't know if that's still the case.
They did a lot of stuff. Mac Daddy Curtis.
Mac Daddy Curtis.
All right. Let's see what else we got.
That's funny.
What happened to the original Gamblers Bookshop? Love that place. Is Luckman still around? No. John Luckman started the Gamblers Bookshop or the Gamblers Book Club. Both are correct, by the way. Mm-hmm. They use both. And John Luckman died decades ago. And his wife Edna ran it for a long time. And then Edna died, and she ceded it to Howard Schwartz. Howard Schwartz was the librarian there for years. Here's an interesting story. John Luckman was like one of the greatest early gambling guys. Not that he was a gambler, but what he did with the Gamblers Book Club was really something. It was the meeting place in Las Vegas. When I came here, I was 21 years old, and I met John Luckman, and I was just like in awe, So when I decided I wanted to do the Las Vegas Advisor, I went to John and I asked him if he would talk to me and give me some hints, because he did a periodical there called Systems and Methods. And John sat with me for an hour and a half, and he was a grumpy, gruff guy, but he was really nice. And he told me, do it like this, this is the way you're going to do it. This is back in the early 80s. Mm-hmm. So, we didn't have the kind of desktop publishing that we have now. And I had to figure out a way to do it. And John helped me. So 2 or 3 days later, I went back to him and I said, I have some more questions. He goes, nope. And I go, well, I said, I just got a couple more questions. He goes, I told you what to do. Go do it. That was it.
Wow.
Right? It was like before Nike, right?
Yeah.
Told you what to do. Go do it. And I was like, but he's like, no.
That's
and that was it. And I started the Las Vegas Advisor.
Okay.
Yeah. John Luckman he's a great dude. What happened to the store? The store got passed around, moved in a lot of different directions. We thought about buying it at one point. Mm-hmm. We almost did. We almost bought it and said that would be a cool retail place for us to have downtown, along with our, the building we use now. But the numbers weren't right. I'm glad we didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's still there. It turned into Gamblers General Store. It merged Gamblers Book Club and Gamblers General Store, and now it's called only the Gamblers General Store on Main Street.
Okay. Yeah, and that's right as you're driving, through the Arts District towards downtown Las Vegas.
Yeah, but it's not like it used to be. It used to be the meeting place. You could go to the Gamblers Book Club at any time, and you would see somebody great. Stanford Wong, Peter Griffin, Arnold Snyder. Somebody was there, and for a kid coming in, for me, it was like Nirvana, man. I'd be like, wow, there's so and so.
Cool
Maybe I'd go
stuff.
talk to him.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It was really cool.
Oh, that's great.
All right, is the Vegas monorail going to survive? Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, people are wondering about Ellis Island and F1, and how are you going to get into Ellis Island during F1? And,
yeah, it's going to get a bump during F1, but that's only one day. That's only a few days. It's probably going to survive, but is it going to grow and move to where other parts of the city? It's just not catching on. Never did catch on the way everyone hoped that it would. Another good one here. What about the buffet at Main Street Station? All right, so here's another example. When we're talking about the $3 a day thing, $3 a month thing.
We have a video on it.
Yeah, we did a video on it once before, but we've also gone back in the last issue or 2 issues ago. We reviewed the dinner at the Main Street buffet, Main Street Station buffet. Again, when you do the $3 a month thing or 10 cents a day, you have access to the newsletter, the current one and all the archives and everything else. So, you could go read our review of it, which was a good review. Surprisingly, there were hardly any people there. And we were shocked because, we've been making the case that the casinos are stupid because people will clamor to buffets. And there was hardly anybody there. The buffet was really good and there were no crowds.
Wow.
But I don't know why. I still can't get my head around that, but there were hardly any people there. Such is not the case at South Point. Such is not the case at Palms, where people clamor and lines are around
the corner. Yeah.
All around the casino, so, but it's still a good buffet and a good deal. What else you see?
I see Big Elvis. It seems like a lot of people always ask about Big Elvis at Harrah's. And I think one time I said Fat Elvis, and he said, don't call him Fat Elvis. He's big. He's not fat. He's Husky Elvis. But so anyway, the Big Elvis is still at the Harrah's.
Yeah, Big Elvis is free music, and he's good.
I always say that piano bar is one of the coolest places to go hang, especially if you're in a corridor, if you're a tourist, if you're here, if you're at Harrah's or the Link or the Flamingo. Go to that piano bar. It's free every night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. They got the dueling piano show. I always say it's great.
Yeah, it is very, very good. I agree. There's a lot of free music in Vegas. We're going to have to do something on that at some point.
Free shows.
Miss Eve says, hello, gentlemen. Visiting on Christmas in the next 4 days. Should we plan to get your coupon book? Meet up for a drink. Meet up for a drink? Yeah, maybe. But the coupon book for 5 days, you can definitely get your money's worth. Absolutely, especially if you hang out downtown. But I hate to tell somebody, well, really, you do one thing in the book and you will get your money back. So yeah, I would say it's worth it. If you're going to stay 5 days, I'd say anybody who's going to be here 2 or 3 days. Yeah. If you target the things, like if you just go to the Palms buffet, you're going to get your money back right there.
That's right. And then if you stay at the downtown Grand for a few nights and have no resort fee, you're saving,
double what you spent on it, and then you've got all the blackjack coupons and so forth.
Yeah.
JStat says Arnold Snyder kickstarted Las Vegas Advisor in the 80s. Kinda. The Advisor was going on its own. Arnold Snyder had Blackjack Forum, and Blackjack Forum was a little bit bigger than LVA at the time. But I decided to not do the LVA for a while, and I cut it back to like a 2-page newsletter that I sent out. And Arnold asked me to write a Las Vegas Advisor column for Blackjack Forum. So I would say Arnold, I wouldn't say he kickstarted it, but I'd say he helped keep it going. And so, that's how Arnold and I became friends. And, I became his publisher, which was an interesting change of things, right? Because he was publishing me at the time.
Yeah.
But yes, that's there was that connection that not many people know of. Okay, what else we got? Is it better to take Uber or a cab? I have no idea. I don't take either one.
I don't know. It depends on your flexibility. I would say, I think the prices are similar, but if you're staying at a casino, they have that line of cabs right there. So it depends how good a planner you are. If you can plan and get the timing right with your Uber, otherwise just walk out and take a cab. They're in front of every casino.
Don Stemming. I'm going to brag. My best video poker outing happened 9 years ago in Green Bay, Wisconsin, local casino. over a 22-day period, I hit 13 Royals, 9 aces with kickers, all on 25-cent progressives. No hand pays. Wow. That's ridiculous, Don. That is absolutely ridiculous.
I love that there's no W-2Gs being given out, no hand pay, so it's just all tax-free. There you go.
That is something else. Well, that happens, you know. That's, again, the heavens opening up. That happens. All right. Greetings from the UK, guys. Keep up the good work. Awesome. What kind of cars do you drive? You drive anything that will move, to be honest with you. Saxman at Harris, free music in Vegas. Let's see. What is your biggest jackpot? Biggest jackpot on a thing is on a machine for me was only about 8,000 or 9,000.
Okay.
But my biggest hit ever was winning a crap tournament in Atlantic City for 125,000.
Oh, well, there you go.
That wasn't bad.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that was cool.
What year was that? A craps tournament you won?
Late 90s or early 2000s, I think.
Okay.
And I've won a lot of tournaments in the $40,000 and $50,000 range, but my biggest was a 125. But on machines, I rarely play above, unless there's something really good. I rarely play above $1, you know, because I don't want to sit in front of machines all day long. I got better things to do. But I think 8,000 or 9,000 progressive is about the biggest I ever hit.
Playing video poker.
Playing video poker, yeah.
Okay. My biggest was recently, I think it was 6 weeks ago. I was playing 10-cent Ultimate X at Resorts World at the Doghouse Sports Bar, and I got a royal flush with a 10 times multiplier, which would have net me $400, but with the multiplier, that was a $4,000 hand pay for me. I was beside myself. I didn't know what to do. And by the way, Resorts World, I think I gave it back about 300 before I get
okay.
out. Yeah, well,
300, that ain't too bad.
Yeah, and I tipped pretty big.
All right, I've just been given a cue. We got about 3 or 4 minutes here.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, look, let us know what you think about this. We're a little bit rusty here to start. I think we'll get better at this, but I like the idea way better to be able to interact. We'll see what the feedback is. If people like it, we'll continue doing it. More talking. I didn't get to drink as much beer.
Yeah.
Some people are gonna be disappointed because I didn't start being. You
didn't slur today.
I didn't start being mean and saying dumb things. So everybody says that Anthony gets a little bit angry when he drinks. You know?
Yeah, he's that aggressive.
I always thought it was the other way around. I always thought I got like kind of happier, you know.
Jovial.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, okay. Any others? Any last second questions here? You guys are doing great. Every other week would be nice. I'm drinking with you guys. Cheers. Cool.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Grab
Good
your
format
drinks.
Today, like it. Rusty, spray something WD-40. Questions, I like it. Questions answered. Great job. You're catching on. I remember the tables. Tropicana. Best ambience ever before the remodel at the Trop. Love it. Hi. This is great, guys. Thanks. A fast show. Not enough from JStat. Thank you. Love the show format. Great interaction with the guests. Okay. Thank you, guys. I like it very much. One last question. Survivor. Yes, I'm still in it. I've still got a couple left. So I am surviving.
Okay.
So far.
Surviving Survivor.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, what week is this of Survivor?
I don't know. We're going into 4, I think, something
Week
like that.
4,
3 or 4.
okay.
Yeah, I got a long way to go, so I don't need to talk about it too much. But thanks, everybody. Thanks for hanging in, man. Thanks for helping us along with this, and we'll try to smooth this out a little bit and go from there.
And if you want to come to my show tonight, it is at the Oyo Stand Up and Rock, free parking, $1 blackjack. Show starts at 9 o'clock. Use my name, Andrew Hunt, to get in for free. And then you can do a 1-drink minimum or the $25 all-you-can-drink for the 90-minute show. You got Mike Krasner, one of Las Vegas's best locals, headlining tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to be raging. I'm going to play some $1 blackjack.
Sounds good.
All right.